This is the plaintiff, Judy Pollock. She says she hired the defendants to take her daughter's wedding guests to and from the reception from the hotel by limo. Minutes before she was to walk down the aisle with her daughter, 14 of her guests weren't there because the defendant forgot to pick them up. He knew what the job was, he knew the times, and he royally screwed up. So she's suing him for a refund of the $700 she's owed. This is the defendant, Kevin Armstrong. He says he was never told he had to pick up guests at a hotel. He was hired to ferry around the bridal party. Bottom line, he worked the scheduled 3.5 hours for the plaintiff, was never given information about a hotel pickup, and did nothing wrong. He's accused of not getting the job done.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff hired the defendant to take the bridal party to the reception, and the limo driver forgot to pick him up. He says that he wasn't given the right info. It's the case of get me to the reception on time.
Thank you, Douglas. Judy Pollock, you are suing for $700, a refund of half of a limo contract that you feel should be refunded because the work wasn't done. Tell me what happened.
Correct. It was the day of my daughter's wedding. My wedding guests that were staying at the hotel, I offered transportation for them. I hired him to, at 4:40 in the afternoon, go to the hotel in Jersey City, New Jersey, and transport them to the wedding venue.
Okay, did you also hire them to do something else?
There were two contracts. I'm not disputing the other one. The first contract was to drive the bridal party around for like photo ops.
Do you have the two contracts?
Yes, I do.
Let me see. How much total were you paying the limo?
$22.92.
Okay.
First contract, $892. Second contract, $1,400. I'm only disputing what happened with the second contract.
Okay. The one that's $892 was to do what?
Was to pick up the bridal party at the same hotel and drive
in a party bus of 20 passengers.
Right, and drive them around Liberty State Park to take meet the photographer, take photos, and then bring them back to the wedding venue.
Okay. Now that was done.
Yes, it was, successfully.
Okay. So $892 you are not disputing?
I am not.
All right. Now, the other contract is for a coach bus, 56 passengers. 56?
At the time, I wasn't sure of the head count. Just to be safe and cover myself, I went with the higher count, yes.
Okay. And now, the first party bus, the contract for $892, pickup was at 1 o'clock.
That was for the earlier contract.
For the earlier, that's the one where they're all going to places and taking pictures, all of which went off without a hitch.
That's right.
This second contract, though, is at 4:40 pickup, correct?
Right. And not the bridal party,
and
hotel guests.
Pick up at the DoubleTree, drop off at Maritime. Doesn't say what time drop off, but what time was the wedding?
It's highlighted. 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. Wow, that's
which
kinda
obviously
close.
Did not start on time.
No, clearly, but that was pickup time at 4:40 for a 5 o'clock.
We knew we might start a little bit late, and it's only a 10-15-minute drive.
Wow. Okay. And then returning at 11, that you would take those same guests back to the hotel.
And more. That's why that's also part of the higher count. There were more guests going back than...
Okay. So what you're disputing here is a portion of this or all of this?
I hired him for round-trip transportation. Only the 11 o'clock pickup occurred.
Okay.
Therefore, I feel I'm being fair by asking for
So
half.
your guests never got picked up at 4:40 from...
Stranded.
They were stranded? That's
Stranded.
why you don't cut it so close. So what happened? How did you find out that they were stranded?
Fortunately, one of the guests was the boyfriend of one of the bridesmaids who texted her and said, "Are you even aware that, we're stranded here?" Which we were not.
How many people?
About 14 people ended up being stranded. They all called Ubers.
They all called Ubers, yeah. Did they get there at 5?
No, but...
The wedding didn't start at 5. Did they get there before the wedding?
Well, we waited for them, but we had built in a cushion.
So what time did the wedding start?
5:30.
So what happened that there was no pickup of the guests at the hotel?
Okay. When I first got to the hotel, let them know I was there. I was there 15 minutes ahead of time. I always tell them, take their time, I'm downstairs. Okay? 2 things I do. I've been doing this since early 80s. I've seen everything with limousines. I always collect money most of the time, so I want to make sure they know that they have a balance. I told her she has a balance. She gave me the envelope. I checked it, fine. The next thing was I asked her what am I doing? She said, you're going to the address that's on the paperwork. I said, okay, fine. I got that in the computer. I got that in my GPS. Then when I got there, they went in, did a few things. Then I took them down, further down to where they're taking the pictures. They took the pictures, came back, and everybody got out the bus. No one never said that you were shuttling or you were supposed to go back to the hotel.
Well, I don't know that you
asked
are.
her-
I think that other party bus is supposed to be doing that.
Okay.
Did you know that?
I'm getting to that now.
Yeah, get there.
Okay.
Because
Now-
your answer to me is, no one told me I was supposed to do it. I don't know what that means, because there's supposed to be two different vehicles. You're not the guy who's supposed to do that. You're supposed to stay with them, and somebody else is supposed to have picked up the guests and then take back the guests later on.
What was stated to me in my paperwork is right here, okay? This is what I received.
Who do you receive that from?
I received that from the owner. His name is Sam.
Oh, wait, are you going to throw Sam under the bus?
No, I'm going to throw Sam
Under the
bus.
party bus? I think you are. I think that's what's about to happen.
So, which is more reliable for special events, Ubers or limos?
I'd say Uber, only because if the Uber doesn't show up, you can always call another one.
Fair point.
I would say limo because you can kind of plan ahead and like book that in advance, where Uber, it's kind of on the spot booking.
Okay, you're the tiebreaker.
I'm gonna have to go with Uber because I mean you can call and cancel it if you need to, and they always show up. I've never had a problem with it.
You know, I gotta say, I think you're losing this one. Going inside the courtroom.
They asked you to come here. Yeah, he only gave you one of the contracts.
No,
he gave you this one.
I have the other one here too also.
And did Sam give you that one too and expect you to fulfill both?
No, I can't drive two things at one time.
Exactly. Where's the other guy?
Well, I was actually the second bus. I didn't know about the second bus. No one
At
said
all.
anything about the second bus.
So I'm sorry. Let me see if I've got this straight.
That's why
Mr. Sam takes $2,200 up from her, doesn't show up to my courtroom, sends you for his defense, and your defense is Sam never bothered to tell me about providing a second bus, and that's supposed to be a defense? Why shouldn't this lady get back half her money?
I'll take more.
Yeah,
Your Honor.
I mean, it's like, what could be more stressful? You're saying it's not my fault. I agree with you. It's not your fault.
Okay, well.
Okay, now defend Sam. You defended yourself like a champ. This wasn't your job. Sam farmed one business to you, and that's the one you did, and you did it soup to nuts. Gangbusters, tip and everything, right? He was the bomb.
No tips.
No tips. Oh, that's
tips.
horrible. Why no tips? Well, they were probably
tips because
they were probably angry about the stranding the guests. Okay, so do you have Sam's phone number? Because I kind of would like to hear from Sam. What do you guys think? Come on,
If
let's
you'd
do
like
it.
to hear from Sam, fine. We can call him.
Can you
we
call
don't know
Sam?
if he's going to pick the phone up.
No, I'm sure he's not. But let's try.
Okay, let's see if we can get him on the phone.
Why don't you tip him? He didn't do anything wrong.
For the record, on the contract, it says gratuities were included in my fees.
Oh no! So Sam kept his tip?
100%.
Well, you have the copies of my contract, Your Honor.
Wait,
but I
no,
think-
I'm horrified. Hold
I
on.
think it says gratuities
I'm
in there.
so glad I asked you that. Hold on. Oh, dude, sir, I'm sorry, Mr. Armstrong.
Yes.
Did you know that she was charged a tip? It's right on the contract.
Yes,
Isn't that what it says?
Yes.
So she shouldn't be tipping you. It should be Sam that's giving you the tip he collected on your behalf and kept?
You took the
Let's
words
get
right out of my
Sam
mouth.
on the phone.
I think Sam should have been here, not me.
I think so too, Mr. Armstrong. I think Sam sent you to hold the bag. And it's so ironic because I don't know whether you just didn't care what you were going to say, but how are you going to say anything that other than Sam didn't tell me?
Yeah.
That's the only answer. We know that's your answer, and yet he sends you in here to say it.
And I'm missing a day
Fabulous.
at work, too.
Huh?
I'm missing a day's pay, too, here. Hello? Hello, am I speaking to Sam? This is half an hour? Okay, this is Kevin. Bye. Sam's not there. He'll be back in a half an hour.
Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. So when you talk to Sam, what does he say to you?
I called Sam on Monday to say, what the heck
Hey, by
happened?
the way, though, at night, weren't you worried that the bus wouldn't show up? Or it showed up early enough that you knew that you didn't have to call Ubers?
I was very nervous, but, I'm at my daughter's wedding. I obviously tried to not think about it and just, if I had to call a fleet of town cars or Ubers to get them back to hotels, so be it. But I couldn't dwell on that. It was supposed to be a fun day.
So a bus does show up and takes them back.
Right.
So that you, when the light of day, the following Monday, you call and you speak.
Sam, he emailed me back response.
Oh, I need to see this. What did he say? That's lovely. Yes, I'm sorry I did not get back to you earlier. I spoke with the driver. He thought he was done at 4:40 because everyone left and no one asked him to do anything. I'm sorry about that issue. I'm willing to refund you $100. Isn't that big of Sam?
Real big as Sam.
That's real big of Sam.
$1,400 I spend. And he offers me
$1,400 contract. He's
$100.
willing to refund $100. And by the way, how much did those people spend in Ubering 10 minutes away?
I don't know.
Probably
Your
not
Honor.
that. Wow. And all you asked for was $700.
Yeah, I'm
huh?
starting to regret that right now.
Are you going to regret that? I got the power. Okay? You do not have to, I can make the pleadings conform to the evidence. That is what I do. Do not worry about that. And when you said to them, did you say to him, how is that fair? You didn't do half the job, I want half the money back. What did he say?
He said that it doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't. No, it works. The way it works is you give him money, he spends it, and then he doesn't refund it when he doesn't do the job. Yeah, I'm going to order him to pay you back more than that. I have to take into account that there was a party bus that took people back. I can't just order the entire contract paid back.
Right.
But I am going to order Mr. Sam to pay you back $1,000 of this contract is to go back to this nice lady.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, which of course you're not going to pay. Sam's
No,
going to pay.
that's
And
good.
while Sam is shelling out the dough, tell Sam that he owes you $148.73 in tips that he collected and didn't give you, which is highly illegal. Okay?
I'll let him know that.
Yeah, you let him know. All righty. Take care, folks. Wow.
Well, was the defendant coming out here? Well, judge didn't give it to you too badly there. I mean, it wasn't your fault. But maybe the smartest thing Sam ever did was not answer that phone.
Well, I mean, you have to, in business, you have to take care of business, okay? Treat people like you want to be treated. That's simple. That's all I can say at this point.
You going to ask Sam for that money he owes you?
Absolutely.
What do you think's going to happen when he sees this?
He probably won't like it too much, but what are you going to do?
Is he going to be mad at you?
Probably so. But
And then what happens?
could cost me my job, part-time job.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow. All right, head right down this way. Hope that doesn't happen. All right, so step on in here and, wow, what was this all about for you? How was this?
I'm feeling a little triumphant right now.
Yeah. What did this do to your big day or your daughter's?
Well, before the the ceremony, I was frantic. I was truly frantic. But your daughter's wedding is too huge to dwell on it. So
And
I pushed it.
We kept it from her during the
Oh
wedding. 'cause
yes, we
didn't
never
want
told the
her to know.
bride.
She didn't know until
She had
after.
no idea what happened. So you pushed it to the back of your mind, and you got to enjoy the day.
And so, how'd the day go?
Oh, it's fabulous.
Yeah, your daughter's wedding, right? All right, I know what you mean. All right, Harvey?
You know, in a lot of states, limo companies are licensed, and you can call them if you're having a dispute like this, and they might put heat on the owner. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.